Hey everybody, Bill the Kansas Flamingo Chef, and I was recently asked by a subscriber if I ever use an electric pressure cooker. Dun dun dun! There it is. You asked for it, you got it. I want to show you how to make pork verde, Chile Verde if you prefer. A really easy recipe right here in your electric pressure cooker. And we're going to do it today with Hatch chili peppers. If you've never used Hatch peppers, they're only available for a limited time during the late summer months every year. And man, oh, they're so good. Let me show you what to do. Okay, for our ingredients today, we're going to use some minced garlic. You can use fresh garlic if you'd rather. A little pre-made salsa verde, which this is actually from Walmart. I'm not going to use this whole container. You can make your own if you prefer, but this, I'm just showing you a fast way to do this. Some green chili enchilada sauce. I highly recommend, if you're going to use the store-bought product, to try this Las Palmas. It's very good. I've got 2 cans of this. I've got an onion. I've got some Hatch chili peppers. And of course I have a big pork roast. Okay, so this is a boneless pork sirloin roast. This one happens to weigh just about 2¼ pounds. I wouldn't use much over 3 pounds. It's going to get a little crowded. So the first thing you need to do is chop up an onion and chop up some of these Hatch chilies. With your onion chopped up, just go ahead and put that right into the pot first. I've got 2 big Hatch chilies here that I'm going to chop. The first thing you want to do is cut off any pieces that don't look good, because that means there's a little mold going on there and you don't want that. It's very common on peppers. As you cut that open, you're going to see the seed pod. What I like to do is just cut straight across the pepper so you can open up the seed pod and just take that whole mess straight out into your garbage. Once you've got your peppers seeded, just go ahead and cut them up. And then that's going to go into your pot as well. Now, if you don't have these fresh green chilies to use, don't worry. Just get a large can of chopped green chilies and throw right in there. That's fine. In fact, more times than not, that's how I would do this, but it's green chili season, so I want to use the real stuff. Next thing we're going to do is just go ahead and put our pork roast in right on top. Throw in a can of this enchilada sauce. Add some minced garlic, and we want quite a bit. So I'm going to put what is an equivalent of about 5 cloves in there. Now you can add the green chili salsa if you want to. It's not something you need to do. The one reason I like to use this salsa verde in here is that you get that tomatillo that you're not going to have unless you cut up fresh tomatillos. It gives it a little better texture. So we're going to put about 1/3 of a can, 1/3 to 1/2 in there. The only other thing that I generally add is some salt and pepper. You don't need a whole lot. And then you're going to add just a little bit of water, which we'll do next. At this point I'm going to add about 8 ounces of water, so 1 cup. That's plenty. You're just breaking the surface with it. I did add just a small amount of salt and pepper. We're going to go ahead and put the lid on and make sure we are in the closed position. And we'll set our heat and time for 1 hour on the meat setting. If you don't have one of these new electric pressure cookers, don't worry. This same recipe can be done in a traditional oven stovetop pressure cooker. In fact, quite frankly, I prefer doing it this way. But since it's become so commonplace to use one of these things, the generic term, of course, being Instapot. An electric pressure cooker has just about become as common as a microwave. So it's not a bad idea to know how to use one. Kind of like an air fryer. Seems like everybody's got one now. Might as well know how to use it. Okay, so after leaving it in the pressure cooker for about a total of 2 hours, actually an hour and 45 minutes, I've taken everything out. I've dumped it into this bowl so you can see what it looks like. The meat is falling apart, and you can just tear it apart with a piece of tongs. As far as the sauce, it's going to be pretty thin, amazing flavor. Now you can thicken it up by just whisking in a little bit of slurry cornstarch, which means just a small amount of cornstarch, like a half a teaspoon, and some water, spinning it around, and then mixing it in. That'll bring some thickness. And if you want it to thicken up faster, pour the liquid into a pan, bring that pan almost to a boil, and add that cornstarch slurry. So let's take a look at the meat. So this is everything that was in the pressure cooker. You see there's the liquid here. The pork is falling apart, and you just pick it up and it starts to fall off of there. You can take it out and break it into chunks if you'd rather, but it's just as easy. Just tear some off with a pair of tongs and serve it right onto a tortilla. This is amazing stuff. If it's a little too spicy for you, you can always tone it down by not using the fresh hot chilies and instead using some canned green chilies. Really good. Give it a try. As always, if there's a recipe you'd like me to try out, let me know. And I hope to see you next time. Subscribe, people. Subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. Have a great day. Now I wanted to show you one more thing, and that is how I like to finish this dish. Now what I did was I chopped up all the pork. I'll roll this so you can see it, and just made it into a big Chile Verde sauce. So I've just pulled it all apart, and then I like to serve this over rice. You can also have a burrito, serve it over the top like a smothered burrito, but by far this is the most traditional way to serve the Chile Verde as a sauce. But if you want to just have a big chunk of the pork, just put some of the sauce over it, however you like it.